Today we are Emuna with our future with soul. Welcome everybody. Our weekly class of Emuna is our future focus. To focus in. That's the challenge of a generation like ours, to focus. Everything going on around us, all the noise and action. This year in the fiscal calendar 2020 started off with a lot of action. So that's even more reason to focus in Shovavim, in Tafshin Pei in the Jewish calendar. Wow, what a time already. So we're already in the second Parshat Vayara. We're talking about the 7 plagues and this beautiful connection between Moshe Rabbeinu, the Jewish people, and Hashem, our Creator. And that's one of the foundations with Emuna as our future, to tune in to that intrinsic Emuna. And that is a very big part of everything we are doing here. Everything is about Emuna and our soul. Our souls. How to really tune in the influence on our soul in daily life. In a practical, real, spiritual, and obviously once again based on the teachings of Rav Shalom Arush. We are sitting in his beautiful institute, Chutz Chesed, with a lot of appreciation. We thank Rav Arush for allowing this to take place, this platform, and creating such an awareness of Emuna. We hope Emuna Tour 2020 will have some announcements as the year is slowly taken off after last year's wonderful tour, Emuna Tour 2019. This year already we have some big interest from South Africa. South Africa is somewhere I personally would love to visit. My soulmate is from there originally, Cape Town. And I'd love to go to Joburg, Cape Town, and any other place there that's welcoming. And it's once again up to you guys. We already have some interest, and we'll speak about it more once it's confirmed. And then we have UK, potentially still being discussed, and a trip. Big news. I've never been there. And this is a whole other side of the world. India. And that's something which, let's see if that comes together. And another place I'm going to tour 2020 is North America already. But Atlanta we haven't been to, as far as I know, for many years. Personally, I've never been there. To Atlanta, I'd love to visit. And you're keeping in touch, get in contact. The information's below. And the ones who are in touch, keep being in touch. And we appreciate your invite. Looking to be October, November time, as we did last year, that kind of time of year, with Toronto beginning the tour, and possibly Atlanta. Isn't that exciting? And some other new places. Let's see how it all develops. Los Angeles and New York's already reached out again. And we're looking forward, It's exciting potential for Emuna Tour 2020 with Rav Shalom Arush. It should be well. And please God, we'll go together with all our other wonderful teachers here. Now, what is the other big news? Is tomorrow night. We're recording this live, but for people who are watching it online after it's edited and everything else, it might be out the next day or two. So that will be Wednesday night, the 22nd of February. Rabbi Yonatan Rabbi Yonatan Galed is speaking in English for the first time in Israel, and Tel Aviv inspired, or the other way around, inspired Tel Aviv. We want to inspire Tel Aviv with the organization Inspire Tel Aviv, together with Rabbi Yonatan. Please tune in to all our channels and platforms. Please God, we'll try be there, hopefully with the weather allowing and all the traffic, with Prince Charles coming to town and Putin and the Holocaust Memorial and everything kicking off. We'll hopefully make it there from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv tomorrow night without too much of a hitch. And it should be hopefully going live around 9 p.m. Israel time. Let's hope that works out. Okay, that's exciting. Yes, that's exciting news for Emuna Tour 2020. And we hope that's just the beginning for Rabbi Yonatan, because we are putting up now and pushing out there the 8th class of his Emuna series of Universal Garden of Emuna. And it's a tremendous opportunity. We also want to thank Rav Dayan. He's a Dayan. His name is not Dayan. He is a judge, a Jewish judge. Rav Dayan, the Dayan. Elgrad. His name is Rabbi Elgrad, but it's Rav Dayan Elgrad. That's how we're putting it out there. So you just give the proper respect as a Dayan. And we want to thank him. His daily halakha class is very, very important, giving us a lot of clarity. And we'd also like to do a Emuna tour with him. And also we're here together. Emuna is our future. And we're discussing, please God, with many guests, and not just on the physical level, not just like Gedalia Fence and all these wonderful people. We're talking about souls are visiting, the souls. We have the guests, the spiritual guests, and that's today's class. And this week's class is trying to get a little bit more into our soul and how it can be a point of reference for our practical daily life. So let's start. Let's first understand a very deep concept that the Baal HaTanya, it's his Yahrzeit today, the 24th of Tavis, and it also happens to be Rav Dessler and Hashem Shmuel. I'm named after Rabbi Dessler, Eliezer Dessler. I'm named after him, very holy person, a very deep thinker, and someone who was meritorious to have, they say, after his deep, deep class, from the Baal HaTanya. He used to give a class on a weekly level in Gateshead, and something which I'm sure was very deep in the Tanya. And the Baal HaTanya himself would come visit Rav Dessler on a nightly level to discuss the learnings. His soul would come, the neshama not Rabbi Dessler, would come to Rav Dessler from the Baal HaTanya, of Shneur Zalman of Liadi. Shneur Zalman of Liadi would visit Rabbi Dessler and inspire and clarify these deep teachings. So we're going to go a little bit into that since it's the Yahrzeit special day, Parshat Vayara. We're going to go a little bit into what is this soul experience. When you learn Torah, we see from the beautiful picture we posted together with this video, we see this connection to Torah, that really has to be where all these spiritual understandings have to come from. That's the source. It's in the Talmud, in the Zohar, in the Tanya, in the Rabbi Nachman's Sfarim, and all the other beautiful Sfarim, the Garden of Emuna series. It all has to be sourced. Everything has a place. And this concept of the soul visiting a person is very, very deep. And it's a little bit beyond this 20-minute or so slot to really get into explaining how there's different levels of the soul and technically breaking everything down. That's, thank God, been done very thoroughly by the Tanya, and you can go to Tanya Shirim or some deep Breslov rabbis who have time and listeners for hours of Shirim, like Rabbi Maimon and all these kind of wonderful Talmid Chachamim that we have in the world now. What I'm going to do just in short is just give you a little bit of a journey, personally, I feel that I've had those moments in my little journey in this world where souls have come on a mystical level, but also on a practical level, and assisted me, because it's a little bit unexplainable that someone who grew up in North London and wasn't at all affiliated to Judaism other than a little bit of tradition. I mean, I had wonderful parents, wonderful family around me and community, but I didn't have the foundations of Judaism, of what Torah mitzvahs is. I didn't have that. And to be able to have an experience where suddenly I was able to do mitzvahs in a very, spiritual setting and hopefully achieve some amazing results on a high level. Not that I was on a high level, but just the way it worked out, the experience of learning in the wee hours of the morning and the wee hours of the night, and being connected to holy, righteous people that have been doing this their whole life. And suddenly I come in after, being involved with nightclubs and, crazy things in the world, and watching hours and hours and hours of TV and movies and all these other things. You have to list everything I've done, but this, that's a general secular experience, for most young kids. And nowadays it's compounded by the phones and connection to the whole world on a daily level through the internet, through crazy apps like TikTok, and this constant compounding of distraction, information, and all kinds of sensations, and so we all know that. That's what's going on even more now. So that was my upbringing, and then suddenly I could sit with righteous people and be able to learn Torah for hours and experience new awareness and awakenings. Like this Shabbos, I was by Nachlaot. It's a part of Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, and as part of my unity inspires concepts and focus, I felt like I witnessed such an aliyah from a friend of mine, Alex Clare. He's a famous musician. To see him run his shul, he has a shul there, and run the whole Shabbos with davening and learning, and to watch a guy who came from the music business as well, even more intense, and and yet he's able to like be so spiritual and so clear in his davening and his learning and the way he leads the davening and learning. He gives over beautiful stories. He even spoke about, things that, like, I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Like, he's speaking about such a deep musag, such a deep understanding of spirituality, like in this concept that we're talking about now, Ibo Neshama. He told a story from the Baal Shem Tov, and you start to understand that people can come from, including myself, and I'll talk for myself now, like from so far, and yet be able to enter into realms of mitzvahs and spirituality that shouldn't, like, on a realistic level, work out. I mean, yeah, we have a soul and Hashem can do anything. We believe in our soul, but to have it, manifest, like, in real changes, like we spoke about this whole idea of Baalet Tshuva and guiding Baalet Tshuva, like, how can it be that this reality exists that someone who was, in the army, and he wasn't even religious at all, of Shalom Morish, and he went to university and all this and that, and then suddenly, as you read in the Garden of Emuna book, like in Universal Garden of Emuna book, he suddenly becomes this holy, righteous, spiritual leader for our generation, and is someone who people turn to in thousands, and able to have, experienced his holiness. And it's like such a transformation from this to that. Fine, it's been over years, but still, like, it's such a unbelievable switch of focus and really the truth we said before, that really a person ultimately is elevating everything from before. So his whole unified experience is picking up everything he went through there. Now those stories are inspiring, and now that journey there, that music, that experience, that teaching that he learned in that other lifestyle can now be lifted up, and all those experiences lifted up, and all those places and all that food and drink and all the people he was with, everything can really be elevated. And that's something which, once again, is a soulful thing. Like, how does it happen? So this can be simply answered in a very deep way that the HaTanya explains. There's a concept called Ibo Neshama, that neshamas come and help you. Righteous neshamas, they've already got their tikkun, they're fine. Those neshamas, those righteous souls, they don't need, souls and neshamas are one thing, just so you make sure you understand that they don't need to fix anymore. They don't need this tikkun olam anymore. They're already become the level of tzaddikim gemorim, of completely righteous people. They've done their mission in this world, let's say. But they're here now, coming down to us on certain levels. When we learn the Torah, we do mitzvahs, and we're involved with the power of the soul, and we're empowering our soul through Torah mitzvahs. They come and assist us. So then someone like me can be sitting at a Gemara, and I'm like, I don't know Aramaic, this is a struggle Bat Shiva goes through. I don't know how to, translate the words even, or even then, even if I understand how to translate, start to understand Aramaic, and I'm using an art scroll, this and that, different ways to help you, or you're breaking your head on it, whatever it is, and you're trying to understand, what does this mean? Or you're just trying to pray for Masida, and you don't even say the words right. Alex Clare, his Dybbuk, the way he davened the Shabbos was amazing. But this was like, for me personally, it's such a struggle, and I'm sure many Baalet Tshuva go through this, like how to really understand, shiurim in Yiddish. Like, I've tzaddikim speak, a lot of tzaddikim, righteous people in this generation. You go to their, special tishim and shuls, and they're speaking in Yiddish, and you want to understand it. So, like, how are you going to... So, thank God, personally, after years and years, suddenly the Yiddish starts to make sense. Suddenly, the Gemara opens up, and you start to understand the Gemara. Like, we're on the Daf Yomi. This happens to be my third cycle, so we're going around again, Shas. And it starts to open up, and I'm learning with my son, and start to see, wow, I can take this journey the next level. And same with prayer service, same with Birkas Hamazon, and same with Shabbos. You start to get new ideas just by being part of a Shabbos experience. Like I was with all kinds of Jews this Shabbos in Nachlot, very mixed environment in a good way, and you get this opportunity to just enter into the oneness of the Jewish soul and realize that you're getting help from somewhere. It's coming. So this is the answer that the Baal HaTanya was hinting at in his holy Sefer the Tanya, and on his Yahrzeit, in his merit, we'll try to understand it a little bit. The souls are assisting us. Rabbi Nachman, was someone who constantly was working on his holy level with souls. With holy souls, he was bringing them to him somehow. Not that we understand these concepts. And every night he was busy with Misakin and Neshamas and souls. That's one of the reasons why he's buried in Uman. Why is it Rabbi Nachman buried